What is good, guys? It's J Dog back with another banger. Today we'll be watching Women Try Manspreading for a week. So if you guys like, subscribe, and comment below, you'll be entered for a chance for a free $10 Amazon gift card. All you gotta do is smash that like button, subscribe, comment below, anything. And even if we get 1 or 50 comments, you'll automatically be entered for a free $10 Amazon gift card. So today I'm gonna be reacting to a woman trying manspreading for a week.
My balls. I don't want my balls sticking to my legs.
I mean, she's not wrong, right? We got balls, and that's why we do quote-unquote manspreading. Like, we need some room to breathe, yo. We need those balls to hang, like, low, you know?
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
The people around.
Okay, see, she said as much space as humanly possible, right? That's like if I were to take my legs and put them 180 degrees, like doing a split, right? That's like as humanly possible. And that's not what men do in general. In general, men space them out a little, so like, because, you know, we got balls and stuff, so we let them breathe a little, but we don't take up as much room as possible. That's just not what men generally do. We just space them out a little bit.
You are relegated to a very small portion, but the key to manspreading is not noticing.
We grow up on 2 different tracks. People who manspread just are socialized not to worry about it.
I have so many vivid memories as a child of my mum telling me to close my legs.
With gender, we're constantly working towards trying to get to this middle.
This week of manspreading is definitely going to make me feel anxious. As much as a super strong feminist, I want to say it won't.
I kind of secretly hope to annoy some men.
See, that's the biggest problem right here. She just said, I hope to annoy some men by manspreading, right? And so, like, is your goal just to antagonize people? Is just to be an a-hole? And also, like, previously the woman said that women typically cross their legs or, like, close their legs. And that's usually because women wear dresses, right? So they don't really want to expose their undergarments. And so, well, men just, like, spread because, again, our balls. So that's mainly why we do that.
That's my first train trip as a manspreader. I just feel like a monster already. How can you do this every day with...
That's not manspreading, right? Like, even by her definition, right? It's to spread your legs 180 degrees, take up as much room as possible. But that's not taking up room. That's literally just putting your feet out into the aisle. Like, that's not manspreading. And it's actually being a really big danger, because if people need to run up and down the aisle, they can. And you're just being an a-hole because people need to, like, go through the aisles. And now, like, what do you do if somebody's in a wheelchair, right? How are they going to go around you because there's a bag right here and then your legs are in the way? Like, you're just being an a-hole, man.
Without being conscious of it.
I just manspread on the bus for maybe a 5-minute ride for the first time, and it wasn't even half full, and I was already getting glared at, so I think this is going to be a kind of long week.
Wow, she got glared at, guys. Like, that just must be so hard for her. Like, she's getting glared at. Like, come on, yo. Like, that's enough to antagonize you, just getting glared at. Like, man, you have such a privileged life if that's all that like triggers you, quote unquote. Come on.
It's day 2 of manspreading, and I forgot that I had to do this.
I think whenever a woman takes up space, she's considered bossy, she's considered aggressive. There are a lot of stereotypes surrounding Black women and whether or not we're angry or we're dominant. And so maybe a lot of the reasons why...
Again, this is not manspreading even by their definition. One leg is like elevated while one is down. That's not manspreading. If anything, just move your other leg up. Like, sit comfortably, like, girl. Like, this looks really uncomfortable. And, like, even her face, she's not enjoying this at all, right? So it's like what's the point then? And also, where are these stereotypes coming from when she said, like, Black women are stereotypically, like, aggressive, or women are, like, displayed as aggressive? Where's this, like, evidence coming from to justify these claims? Right? They don't give any evidence. They just make these anecdotal claims, and we just are forced to accept it. But, like, where's this getting perpetuated that if women take up space, they're aggressive? I have no clue. They're just making it up out of the blue.
I do minimalize my presence is because I don't want to be perceived or engage with those stereotypes.
I just got my nails done, and I manspread during my entire manicure, and nobody really seemed to notice. I'm not sure if it was because it was all women and we were just all kind of in our own world or what, but it was kind of awesome.
I'm halfway
See, like it proves the point. Like no one cared. None of the women cared when she did it. So it's like that's exactly how we men feel as well. Nobody cares generally. If you do whatever you do with yourself, we don't care.
through the week and really not enjoying this experiment at all. I'm still giving my seat up to people who need it because, of course, I am.
Yeah, but see, like that's not the definition of manspreading. Not giving up your seat, like you guys just said, it's taking up as much room as humanly possible. But nowhere in the definition does it say you just like sit there and not give up your seat. So like, why is that so surprising to her? And like why is this she's being so miserable as if like she enjoys antagonizing people? She was the one early in this video said I hope to annoy some people, and now all of a sudden she seems just so defeated and just like wanting to be done with it. Like, so what happened?
What is it between their legs that's so important that it requires 2 to 3 seats when there are kids, families?
See, that's not 2 to 3 seats, first of all, lady, right? They're still sitting within one seat. And second of all, we got balls, right? Like, scientifically, you need to space them out so your balls can, like, drop a little so you can have kids and all that. That's, like, science, right? I know it shocks feminists, but that's the truth. And, yeah, they're not taking up 2 to 3 seats. They're both sitting, relatively speaking, in one seat. Like, they're just so, like, taking this to the nth degree and trying to blame all men. But I mean, these guys look completely fine to me the way they're sitting.
These women and elderly people standing up.
I saw a guy who was taking up 2 seats. When I sat down, I spread my legs out, which kind of pushed his leg into his own seat. And he turned to me and gave me a dirty look and said, "Seriously?"
Like, that's not manspreading either, because like no man purposely spreads their legs and then bumps into another man's leg just to be an a-hole, right? You're just doing this to be an a-hole. Like, you took satisfaction in like literally pressing your leg against his, and he didn't press his leg against yours, so why are you doing that? Right? Like, I thought feminism is the equality between men and women, so why are you treating him worse and he's not treating you worse as a result, right? Like, kind of the equal and opposite thing. You're treating him badly by pushing your leg into his, but he's not pushing his leg into yours. So it's like, it just proves to me feminists are just angry women who are just spiteful. That's like the goal. It's just to be spiteful towards men for no good reason.
Women are expected to be quiet, small, and almost invisible, whereas men can be these boisterous slobs, and it's all good.
Today, instead of
Who says that? Who says that? Give me some evidence, right? Where are you seeing this, right? This is all anecdotal. They don't really have any real evidence or real like examples of this getting pushed in our society. It's not true.
feeling the confidence that I've kind of been feeling the rest of the week, I started to feel a little guilty. While I was sitting there taking up 2 seats, a guy came up to sit next to me, and instead of moving over like I normally would, I kind of just had to sit there with my legs out, and instead of saying something to me, he just sat on the edge of the seat the entire time.
Like, dude, that's like so mean, yo. Like, even a normal, like, even a manspreading man would at least shift over and let somebody sit in the seat. They wouldn't just force someone to sit on the edge of the seat. That's just being mean. Like they're not really representing this well, and they're really exposing their own issues. Like, they're really mean and vengeful people for doing that. Like, come on, lady, scooch on down.
So I've come across another person, quote unquote, manspreading, but wait, they identify as female. Women can take up space as well?
See, so if she takes up space, why is it still called manspreading, right? She's a female and she's spreading her legs, so why don't we call it female spreading, right? You can't just attribute this quote unquote concept or this man spreading only to men, right? Females spread their legs too. Some of them do. How come it's not called female spreading? Right? Why is all like the negatives always relegated to us men? Why do we deserve to be like vilified?
Even though I'm a confident person, I tend to make myself small even when the situation doesn't call for it. And I kind of felt uncomfortable man-spreading even though there was no one around me.
I've not enjoyed this week at all. The very first day where
Again, yo, she's like, what is this, man? Like, you're not manspreading. you're taking up space, you're being one of those bastard kind of people, and it's like horrible because there's this lady standing right here who's like, yo, can I, like, I want to sit down, and she can't because you're lying down. And this is not manspreading, right? Manspreading is like what you said, take up as much room as possible, you know, do the 180 degrees cheerleader split. And that's not what you're doing. You're literally crossing your legs and sitting, like, lying down. You're not spreading. You're actually, like, if anything, closing your legs even more.
A group of people came on, they were going to a game and they were all desperate for a seat, and I was taking up 3 seats, and they started talking about personal space. All their eyes were just on me, and they were mostly women. If it was a group of dudes, I would have been like, yeah.
I thought that man's
That's the biggest problem right there. When she said if it was a group of dudes, yeah, I'd be so, like, in your face, ha ha ha, I took up 4 seats. But if it's a group of females, oh no, my sisterhood, I need to give them space, I need to make sure that they can sit as well. Like, it's such a double standard, and that's not fair. Why do you want to antagonize men but want to be nice to women, right? Like, don't you want to treat everybody equally and fairly and be nice to everybody? Like, that's what really pisses me off about this kind of stuff, is that they purposely want to get aroused in men and just make them suffer, and rather than not making their fellow females suffer either. Like, we should be treating both genders and sexes with, like, the same amount of respect and being nice to both of them regardless. That's just my personal opinion.
spreading would kind of give me this air of disregard because I thought that I worried too much about what people think, and I've realized that I worry just enough. You should be concerned with whether or not the people around you are comfortable, because that means you're a good community member.
My favorite part of this.
But see, that's the thing. Like, men are aware. For example, if, like, a woman comes on a train, right, a man will, like, scooch on down and close his legs a little bit more to make sure she can sit comfortably. And if there was, like, an elderly woman, I've seen lots of men on buses get up and then give their seat to an elderly woman or a pregnant woman, right? They are aware of their community, and they do take steps to make sure that people are comfortable, right? It's just that these women like to vilify men and only see the negatives in them without even acknowledging a single positive about men.
This exercise was easily when I got to sit next to men who were taking up way too much space and just forcefully work my way into the seat and without words say, hey,
Like, dude, this poor brother here is trying to, like, sit, and, like, you're taking up so much room that he literally has to turn towards the side and sit on the edge of the seat. Like that's not like what men do. Like, I feel like they should have observed men and how they, like, their typical behavior on a bus or a train, and see how, like, if they are quote unquote man spreading, they at least, like, close their legs a little or make room for someone if someone's sitting right next to them. They don't take up as much room as possible, and they definitely don't force someone to sit on the edge like this. I've never seen a man do that to not even another man, but also another woman. I've never seen them take up that much room.
I deserve to sit here.
To be forced to manspread really showed me how up your own ass you have to be as a person.
Again, I think this woman is, like, the worst one out of the bunch. Like, dude, she straight up is taking up an entire 2 seats. Like, this is not manspreading, and she keeps lying down, yo. Like, I think she needs her clarification on manspreading, yo. Like, she's lying down and taking up 2 seats. That's not manspreading.
Person to not be conscious of those around you.
To the man that's taking up too much space on a bus, on the plane, on the bench, we see you. You don't need that much room. To the young women out there, I say you should definitely be aware of your surroundings. If there's something that you want, if there's something you want to say, if there's a position that you want to hold, take up that space. You deserve that space.
Girl, you take up space. You fill the room with your crotch.
Oh, jeez, man, what a say. Like, see, that's the problem. It's like, it's not that they're just empowering women to be like to be powerful, but also to treat men and everyone around them with respect and dignity. It's the opposite. They claim that men are a-holes, right? They claim that we take up so much space and we're horrible. So let's do the exact same towards men. Instead of treating them nicely and changing the whole dynamic to make sure men and women treat each other nicely, no, let's just be a-holes like men are supposedly a-holes. So yeah, like, this video will get my dislike, boom. So usually I try to read comments, to try to make this interactive, but BuzzFeed, they turned them off, just like how, probably because a lot of these comments were against this video, and it's just like a horrible video, and like, it vilifies men and demonizes them. They're not, like, there's nothing right a man can do in society with feminists. Like, it'll just being a man in itself is a horrible thing, and according to feminists we should be ashamed about it. But I just wanted to remind everybody, especially my viewers, because I know like majority of people who watch this are male, that like you are special and that you are important, and don't listen to this vile garbage from BuzzFeed. Like it's not true, it's completely wrong, and men and women deserve to be treated with respect and be nice to each other. And manspreading, to actually answer this entire video, the reason we manspread, ready guys, hold on to something, ready, it's because we got balls. That's it. Right? We need a little bit of room. We gotta take up some room for our balls, right? That's as simple as it is. Alright guys, we reached the end of the video, so I just wanted to remind everybody to like, comment, subscribe. I have a lot of views so far in our last video, but just not a lot of subscribers. So if you like, comment, and subscribe, you'll be entered in automatically for a free $10 Amazon gift card. I really appreciate you all watching my video. It means a lot to me. So comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.